PG, what's good, man? I'm just trying to get it together. Y'all lost my mic. What's going on, bud? How you doing? We doing a late night Monday night. We're doing a late Monday night. How's everybody doing? Huh? We're trying to get it together. Just taking out the garbage. Good to see you, man. We're gonna open up the chat, might as well, right, Gigi? But I want to drop a few videos before we get it going, because X is on fire with this new civil war going on, and you know me, Gigi, I'm loving it. I asked RBR for a favor, and he blessed me with one. RBR blessed me, but just give me a couple seconds, guys. I have to find this remote for this microphone, and we're gonna switch up songs, and then we're gonna get right back at it. All right, y'all, give me a couple seconds. Sorry about that. Let's switch up the song, though. Right? 3 minutes. All right, y'all. My fault. We are about to get in it. Let's go. Let's go. Of course, we all know what is going on in the Trump campaign, right? Right about now. Like, it just came out of nowhere, too, didn't it, Gigi? If you want to drop the link and come on up, man, let me know. We can definitely go at it because I got hella Twitter clips. We about to start running them down. Let's get to it. You dig what I'm saying? Baron looked like, yep, he won my dad's life. Forward toe wasn't. We gonna clip that too, man. Let's go. They been tripping. I never was too excited about going to Mars. How about you, Maha? Mate, like they are literally turning on this dude. Literally. Of course, we're gonna have to check out what's trending. We know Elon is off the chain. Elon accuses. Look at him, boy. Look at him now. We're gonna have to dig up our old video. We're gonna have to dig up these old videos of all these MAGA folks praising Elon Musk and how great he was gonna be doing for Doge and how much money he was gonna be saving America. So he ain't doing it now? Now he ain't doing it since he going against your man. Like, listen to it. Like, there's so many of these videos, man. Like, the Trump brigade is all
evidence before you make such a catastrophic. Okay, so everyone's seen the bombshell. Elon Musk, in a fit of rage, just alluded that Donald Trump is on the Epstein files. This is a serious escalation. And to Elon Musk, I say this. One, I don't believe you because the Biden administration, if it was true, would have already dropped it to try to get rid of Trump before the election. Two, if you have evidence, freaking show the evidence before you make such a catastrophic,
give me 10 minutes, Gigi.
World-ending allegation. Three, either drop the evidence now, because if you actually have that, then why wouldn't you drop it? And if you don't have the evidence, which I do not believe that you do, Donald Trump is about to become the richest man in the world because he should sue you into absolute oblivion. Drop the evidence if you have it, or you're a coward and a liar. It has to be one or the other. Because you are playing games, I have to believe that you're lying. And if that's the case,
he ain't lying.
God help you.
He's not lying, guys. He's not lying. These people don't even know how to woof. Oh my God, we can't say woof. I know it's a hard one. Ooh, that's what the conservatives are at right now. Oh, I can't show that. No sound. Oh, stop. Come on in. United we stand, divided we fall. Well, y'all are about to fall because y'all are very much so divided. There are two, from what I'm seeing so far, there are like two separate groups, the Elon group and the Trump group. And it's but I want y'all to see some of these things. I've been dropping videos all day. Good Lord, man. Thank y'all for the content. I want to appreciate all the MAGAs. And Elon and all his folks too, man.
And arrived back not even 2 hours ago.
Man,
and you have the respect of picking. I was just in Poland this morning and arrived back not even 2 hours ago. And you have the respect of the entire world of law enforcement around this world. They respect all of you so much. Thank you for making all of us so proud on the worldwide stage.
What?
I was just in.
Come on, Carol. Pam. I'm sorry, Carol. I didn't mean to. I got to. Okay. Let's see what she's.
And because Trump was on the bandwagon, everyone just got on the Elon Musk bandwagon, no questions asked. The petty behavior when he was like blocking accounts and taking away check marks for somebody agreed.
But wait a minute. All of MAGA praised Elon like he was going to have Trump's back, and like, why would he lie now? He's already the richest man in the world. He has nothing to gain. Trump has everything to lose, though. So why wouldn't Trump be more of the liar than Elon? You dig what I'm saying? Because Trump trying to save his presidency. Elon don't care. He trying to get to Mars. He don't care no more. Where's this play this back. Come on, Candace. Let's try and save face. I don't know what you doing. One minute she against Trump, next minute she for Trump. It's weird.
I guess everybody's just a bandwagon fan. And because Trump was on the bandwagon, everyone just got on the Elon Musk bandwagon, no questions asked.
But doesn't that even say something about Trump, that he hopped on Elon's bandwagon? And he didn't know what type of man Elon was. Like that's what I'm saying. Y'all both allegedly two powerful men. You can tell the character of this man. You know why? Because y'all got the same character. Y'all both on some bullshit. So bullshit recognize bullshit. You thought he was cool, but I said in the early video, if you paying somebody to find dirt on people, they gonna find dirt on you, because they never know when you gonna turn dirty on them, and then they gonna use that dirt against you. Write that down.
The petty behavior when he was like blocking accounts and taking away check marks because somebody disagreed with him over H-1B visas. I don't even know how you can productively run 3 businesses if that's your approach to life. If when you get angry, you try to make people suffer, whether it's your baby mama or it's someone who's just disagreeing with you over H-1B visas. That's babyish behavior. And I struggle to believe that he is heading up 3 companies if this is how he acts, because you can't unite people around that kind of.
But Trump is running the country, and that's exactly how he acts. Come on, Candace. Nah. You trying to get back in favor, though.
Behavior.
I messed up.
I guess everybody's just a bandwagon fan.
Okay, let's see. What? Elon, okay.
Intervene, bring peace to the storm, bring heaven solutions. So, Lord, right now, I pray, God, that you would intervene in this conflict between President Trump and Elon Musk. God, you hold the hearts of kings in your hand. You are the one, God, that can bring divine restoration to any breakdown, to any division. Lord, we just pray right now by the power of your Spirit, God, that you would move. We just need to.
Okay. Now, this is Right Wing Watch. If you are not on Twitter, you should definitely get on Twitter. I mean, if you're going to be on Twitter, definitely follow these cats. They always have the best posts. I won't say the best post, but the most informative posts about what's going on the right wing side, in my opinion. And what they're saying is, with Elon Musk and President Trump locked in an increasing bitter and public feud, Christian nationalist Sean Fukati, I don't know how you say it, issues an urgent call to prayer for God to intervene and bring divine restoration to their relationship. What kind of Christian just asks for 2 people to be healed and not the whole world? If the whole world is healed, would the whole world be a better place, bro? Come on, man.
To pray for God to intervene, bring peace to the storm, bring heaven solutions. So, Lord, right now, I pray, God, that you would intervene in this conflict between President Trump and Elon Musk. God, you hold the hearts of kings in your hand. You are the one, God, that can bring divine restoration to any breakdown, to any division. Lord.
Okay, this where they at, though. We look, now Cuomo files Bob. So, okay, it's looking.
Unless Musk does some serious kissing on the quick, Trump is going to sue him. Now, Trump hasn't responded. Some are taking this as an admission, not me. I think, again, unless Musk does some serious kissing on the quick, Trump is going to sue him for defamation. And if Trump sues, I think he wins. Now, I don't often like Trump's use of litigation. I didn't like it when he threatened to sue my parents for giving birth to me, true story. And I don't like him suing 60 Minutes. No way they lose that lawsuit for editing. They always edit. Most interviews are edited. CBS is just over a barrel because allegedly their merger won't be approved until the suit is settled. That's dirty pool. This is different. The reason a public figure is easy to insult is because there's a very high legal bar to prove damage. You have to show that the person who said it showed actual malice, what they call reckless disregard of truth. What does that mean? That means that you knew or had reason to know that what you put out was wrong and you did it anyway. This is not just Musk, the mogul. This is coming from Musk, who was so close to the White House that he had all kinds of clearances and access with his.
That is very interesting. I never looked at it that way. Very interesting. I have a point here.
Doge guys digging through everything. Trump could argue, not only is the allegation false, but that Musk knows it's false. He knows what he said is BS. And then he could force a huge settlement or a humongous award. Now, Trump hasn't responded.
Excuse me. Boy, that was my theory. Like, maybe Elon does know because he was so close to everything, and he was just like, I'm gonna put this one in my pocket. Wait, hold on. What does he say? When I see a father and all 11 hip-hop dissect, I know we changed the world for better. Amazing. Okay, let me get to my thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Good Lord. See what I'm saying? I ain't even go to all the videos I reposted. Let's go there. What's going on? Oh, I forgot I got my phone. Sorry, y'all. Phone's different than the internet one. Y'all like that? Y'all like that right there? And I'm sorry, man. Welcome everybody, man. Okay, let me catch up to the chat. Trump's administration is captured. They pushed Elon out because he was counter-narrative to wars in Israel. Man, come on, GG. He was close. He was his right-hand man, bro. He was his right-hand man. That's the crazy part about this whole scenario. It's almost like John Gotti and Sammy the Bull. You did. You might not be familiar. That's a little wartime thing. I'm not verified. Of course, I'm not verified. No. But they clown and they clown. That's what I'm saying, man. The internet about that. I done came up with so much content just in the last 6 hours. Good Lord. Look what everybody else do. That's crazy. Let's see what Laura has to say.
Stop to think how happy the media and the Democrats are today. They always wanted to break this alliance. I said this last week, and today they got their wish.
He gave it to them.
Now, stop to think how happy the media and the Democrats are today. They always wanted to break this alliance. I said this last week, and today they got their wish.
Well, it's working.
Now,
if it's strategic.
Stop to think
is
how
it strategic
happy the
on
media
their
and the
end?
Democrats are today.
Gigi?
They always wanted to break this alliance. I said this last week, and today they got their wish.
Who's strategically doing this? That's crazy. Who's strategically doing
Stop
this?
to think how happy the media and the Democrats are today. They always wanted to.
Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Then would control the House, and the Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate. Damn. You see what I'm saying? He too close. And this isn't the first time, though. This is a constant pattern, even with his last presidency. He would say, go get the best and the brightest, then they turn against him. And this is in the first 6 months. I wonder when the last time it happened. When was the first time it happened? I'm going to Google that when you come on the panel. See when the first time he got rid of somebody. I can't remember who it was. But we going to figure it out. I mean, listen how they don't know what to do. It's like that. It's like, what's that story? It might be in the Bible where it's this two ladies claiming the same baby, and they bring it to the king, and the king says, cut the baby in half, and you ladies can take it, and the one lady says yes, and the other lady says no. It's like y'all gotta choose. You gotta choose. Let's see what he said. He flipped out too. I like Musk. He likes Musk.
Still love Trump?
Okay, still love Trump.
And I really like Elon.
Love him.
This is just a really crappy scenario right now, and I really hope these two can patch these things up, because I think Elon took a low blow by tweeting that, quote, DJT was on the Epstein client list. I mean, something that he knows can't be immediately verified.
Say client list, did he?
If Trump was on that island doing something illegal, after all the legal battles that Biden threw at him, if he had done something illegal with Jeffrey Epstein, you would think they would have thrown that at him, no? They pulled out the stops on everything else.
In this point right here, we definitely got to address it. No, I don't think Biden would. I think he had more sympathy for his Caucasian brethren and went light on him, even with the election faux pas, as we say or can't say. So no, I don't think he would have did anything too drastic. Am I too loud, or is the music too loud? It seems like it's loud. But that just could be me. I haven't streamed in a while. We got a few more that I haven't watched. That we're gonna get back to the racist stuff, but we on politics right now. I know they intertwined it. I know that's how we feeling right now. Like, oh shit, what am I to do? Who do I pick? But somebody had this interesting point about Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, kind of being connected with JD Vance. That was very interesting. I wonder if I put it on. This might be right.
Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. The U.S. government should seize it. If a guy's going to sit there and start making quotes, also, as Stuart Stevens talked back in January, I don't know why we haven't had a full investigation. Look, if you're going to deport illegal aliens, you got to deport illegal aliens.
He couldn't even say it. He's so upset. We couldn't even say it.
Could go with the goose and the gander.
But not,
they got to go back.
But now they want to get rid of the African American. Now they want to get rid of the real African American. I heard before. Come on, man.
To this is Stuart Stevens talk about and go through everything about his immigration status. I happen to believe, given the facts that I've been shown.
Hey, look at Jack Dorsey, the dude to the left. I mean, to the right here. He looked like he just like Elon Musk, right? Start this over. I was noticing that, like he looked like he was tweaking.
Should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. The U.S. government should seize it. If a guy's going to sit there and start making quotes, also,
it ain't that part
as
yet.
Stuart Stevens talked back in January, I don't know why we haven't had a full investigation. Look, if you're going to deport illegal aliens, you got to deport illegal aliens. The good go with the goose and the gander. They got to go back to this as
what he's trying to say was good for the goose is good for the gander. Just so you know, don't get it twisted. That's a slick saying. I do like it, but it's too late now. Y'all was working with him. I mean, literally. So now y'all's working with the enemy just because he benefited you, but now he's talking against you, and you don't like it. It's weird.
Stuart Stevens talk about and go through everything about his immigration status. I happen to believe, given the facts that I've been shown, that he's an illegal alien, and illegal aliens got to be deported. Also, this drug use is reported in the New York Times. The drug use in the New York Times, if that's a fact, that ought to be investigated. You can't have a security clearance, Jack Posobiec, as you know. Jack, if somebody in your unit had that type of drug, and they had a security clearance, what would happen to them, sir?
Well, Steve, remember that Hunter Biden popped positive, I believe, for cocaine on his very...
Okay, come on. I don't think it's too... That'll be...
First weekend in the Navy Reserve, and even at that time, I don't remember if his father. I think his father was still the vice president at the time. He wasn't president yet, or autopilot president yet. And Hunter Biden was summarily separated from the United States Navy over his very first weekend as drilling as a Navy reservist over popping positive.
Also, it should take his security clearance away, and all contracts should be suspended pending that investigation. Also, as I said on the Tim Pool show in Matt Gaetz's office, I think over a year ago, right? That was over a year ago, where I said, hey, he's an agent of influence of the Chinese Communist Party because of his financial relationship in Tesla. That should be fully investigated.
But y'all still ran with him. You can't.
It's a bull. Elon Musk is a baby.
Literally, he just said what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't be. Then we should have you struck it up for even working with him. You got that. You let him get that close. You should never be given that power again. This should. Oh yeah, GD about to come up. Hold on. We gonna rewind that a little bit. Where's RB? I'm feeling RBR.
On the Tim Pool show in Matt Gaetz's office,
Listen to what he
said.
said.
Over a year ago, right? That was over a year ago, where I said, hey, he's an agent of influence of the Chinese Communist Party because of his financial relationship in Tesla. That should be fully investigated. President Trump is a bull. Elon Musk is a baby calf, okay? And now it's time for the good of the country, the republic. Forget MAGA and the Republican Party. This is a national security issue now. Trace to the level of national security issue of a very unstable individual that's out saying very, I think, dangerous things about the President of the United States. And he has to be investigated, should be investigated immediately. And all contracts associated, all government contracts should be immediately suspended.
That's crazy. That is absolutely bogus. Okay, let's listen, man. It keeps the rabbit hole is so deep already.
Black guy, you know, was it a fight that took place? Somebody swung and
there you go.
Use your imagination. God knows what happened with that black guy. That black guy, you know, was it a fight that took place? Somebody swung and it really offended Elon. Is like, look what I'm going to do to you guys. Is that a Lutnick? Is that, I don't know who else did it. Who else will be in that room? I don't know who it is. Maybe, but think about it. That doesn't accidentally happen. And you want to do something like this too. Maybe it was a meeting while they're calling each other out and somebody just, because Elon started calling out Trump and it got nasty. And then somebody swung and then somebody was a peacemaker bringing it in. I'm not speculating. Remember, the key word is allegedly. We don't know any of this stuff. But the timing of all of this is a little weird. Timing of all this is a little weird. If you use your imagination, God knows what happened with that black guy. That black guy, you know, was it a fight that took place? Somebody swung and it really offended Elon. Is like, look what I'm going to do to you guys. Is that a Lutnick? Is that, I don't know who else did it. Who else will be in that room? I don't know who it is. Maybe, but think about it. That doesn't accidentally happen. And you want to do something like this too. Maybe it was a meeting while they're calling each other out and somebody just, because Elon started calling out Trump and it got nasty. And then somebody swung, and then somebody was a peacemaker bringing it in. I'm not speculating. Remember,
yes, you are.
Allegedly, we don't know any of this stuff. But the timing of all of this
is crazy.
It's a battle between the purist and the pragmatist. I don't like it. I want it to stop. I want to tell them if they're both watching, knock it off. We're done with this. This is an incredible moment for our country. It's awake. It's optimistic. It's on board with the golden age. Don't sabotage it with the self-inflicted feud. You know, don't let the Dems get back up from the floor where they belong.
Going with this.
Well, I think what you're seeing is a battle between the purist and the pragmatist. I don't like it. I want it to stop. I want to tell them if they're both watching.
From one of the conversations that I recorded with Epstein, and I think this was in a restaurant in 2017.
His people fight each other.
Right.
And then have outsiders. He sort of poisons the well outside. He will tell 10 people Bannon's a scumbag and Priest is not doing a good job and Kelly has a big mouth. What do you think? Jamie Dimon says you're a problem and I shouldn't keep you. And I spoke to Carl Icahn, and Carl thinks I need a new spokesperson. So Kelly, even though I hired Kellyanne's husband, Kellyanne is just too much of a wild one. And then he tells Bannon, you know, I really want to keep you, but Kellyanne hates you.
Hey,
I have more than dozens. I probably have 100 hours of Epstein talking about the inner workings of the Trump White House and about his long-standing, deep relationship with Donald Trump.
Let's get it together. There we go. Hey. Good to see you in the face. Let me swim. I guess. Still don't have it set up. Oh, there go GG. GG, is that you, man?
Yeah, it's me, man.
Why you gotta dig this picture up there?
Oh, he's making crazy faces on Jimmy's the other night. There, it's a pretty cool picture, though. I fucking he's making like the. Deegan's a maniac, man. He's all good.
Deegan's a maniac. No, he ain't. Deegan's a solid dude.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. He goes hard, dude. Like, you know what I mean. He fucking like. There's no. He's got no limits, man. Like, he's making these crazy faces. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool myself.
No,
I think he's proud. I mean, I don't think he's got a problem with it. You know? I don't have another picture right now. Anyways, I could take it off if you want, though. I mean,
yeah, put up something else, man.
Yeah, all right, hold on.
I appreciate that. What's been going on, man? How you been doing?
Oh, we just been hanging out over at Jimmy's. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. You know, same shit, man. Like just gets crazy over there. You know what I mean? It's basically like the same kind of shit as RBR, except like everybody's fighting and.
It's just a younger RBR, pretty much.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It goes a little deeper. Like it's Jimmy's in this boxing thing going on. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's some cool stuff. Like Jimmy's boxing and Cyber's actually like training him there. Fucking Cyber was down last night and he was.
Cyber's still around. I heard some
yeah, dude. Because Cyber's trying to take over Jimmy's now. Like, you know what I mean? Cyber's got some like permanent kind of like I don't know, man. He's got like a problem with sort of everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like the trolls or whatever. Like he's kind of there's kind of like a little war going on or something like that. I think he'll never let it go. Like, and that's why he floats around, to wherever everybody kind of like ends up. Like and. Everybody just ended up on Jimmy's, so that's where he's at. But, you know what I mean? It's like I don't like fighting with people. You know what I mean? Really, like it is what it is. But Cyber, he takes over. That's my issue with him. Is like he I don't know. You know what I mean? He tries to like actually like eliminate people from like the channel and stuff like that. And well, like how he did at RBRs, you know what I'm saying? Like it became like this like big security thing. Like everybody had to like go through like Cyber before they could get on panel.
Is that what he's doing over Jimmy's though?
Not yet, but I can see it coming. He's just he's actually, I mean, I gotta give him props because like he's actually down there like helping Jimmy like prepare for this boxing match with Mookie and like they're out in a parking lot and like
you got a Down syndrome peanut, bro. You don't got no better.
That's a potato, dude.
You don't got a better picture. You don't got a normal picture, man.
You don't like that? You don't like that potato? I love that. That potato's got like sentimental value.
I didn't know what it was. I almost thought it was Claymaker.
No, it's a real thing, dude. Like it's I think it's called Harvey's is the place. It's big. This thing's giant, dude. This is like a big giant like roadside
wait a minute.
Like one of those roadside things, you know what I mean?
Let me see.
Like yeah, you could look it up. Look up Harvey's Big Potato. It's like it's world famous. It's like a vegetable stand, like a farmer's market type thing. But like when I was a kid, I'll tell you the story of it. Like when I was a kid, like when we drive by it, my dad used to be like, hello, like like miles away, and I'd be like, like just a kid, I'd believe it. I'd be like, the fuck, the potato, like, I mean, he'd say like the potato is like talking to me, saying hi to me, you know what I mean? Like, and then we drive by, we say like hey to the big potato. And
so it's childhood memories, huh?
Yeah, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like going up to the camp, you know what I mean? It's like a 4-hour drive, so like this was like a highlight, like going by the big potato. And back in the old day in the old Malibu wagon, no air conditioning in the middle of the summer, back before 4-lane highways, everybody stuck behind fucking campers and shit.
Oh, okay, I kind of get the gist of what you're saying. But so let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. What do
Yeah.
you think is going on with Elon?
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm not a sycophant. You know what I mean? Like, I'll criticize somebody I support more than I'll criticize somebody I don't support. You know, and
So who are
I'm
you
really
criticizing
disappointed.
at this point? I'm sure you supported Trump and supported Musk.
I do support.
I know you supported both of them, right?
Yeah, I support Elon. I support Trump, but I mean, like I don't, you know, I don't think it's right to like come down and either take sides. Like, I think that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta.
That's what they have done. That they have forsaken this country for they forsaken this country for themselves. Man, they don't care about us right now.
Well, I mean, it would be like that with any administration. Like, you know, like
come on, man. You know this won't be going on in the first 6 months of Harris.
Well, we would already be in a nuclear war if Kamala fucking was like.
No,
yes, we would. Oh my god, dude! You don't.
How do you figure that?
'Cause, I mean, like I follow foreign policy like
that's
very.
Speculation, bro. And if that's
no,
the case,
no, it's not speculation.
Trump, okay, Didi, if that's the case, then why didn't Trump stop the war in the first 100 days? He said the first day he was going to stop.
Because he's captured, dude. Like, you know, that's the problem.
He's nowhere near it. Would you agree to that?
What?
He's nowhere near stopping that war.
No, it's his war now. He's taken possession of it. It's Trump's war.
Exactly.
He says it's Biden's war,
but he was able to stop it in the first 100 days. I mean, not even the first.
He could have stopped it, but he allowed the idiots in his administration like Keith Kellogg to fucking to delude him, because he's ultimately.
What about Mark Rubio? Wait a minute. What about Mark
Rubio as well? Rubio as well. But I mean, one thing.
Mark Rubio fooled Donald Trump about the war. When he was telling people,
they've got him pulled all over the place.
This is what I'm saying. Before he was even telling us about who was in his cabinet, he said himself that he would be able to stop that.
Yeah, I know what he said.
He was going to get both of them in the room and sit down, and they were going to come up.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
He's nowhere near to stopping it, man.
I mean, he could have stopped it. All he had to do was walk away.
I'm saying, why not stop it now?
He could, but the thing is, as we progress into this, I mean, it just gets worse. The thing is, the behind the scene, it's not Trump. Like, this is the same machine that even if a Democrat was in, Republican, it doesn't matter. It's the same machine that's running the show right now. It's the machine.
Totally isn't.
Yeah,
because Trump was outside the machine, and he was bringing all those pieces who weren't inside.
Yeah, but he brought the machine in.
That's why we're gonna get back to Elon, because that whole Doge thing.
Elon's not in the machine.
That was part of his. We're changing,
and that was good. See, that's what I mean. Like
how was it bad? So
initially, before he got captured, before Trump was captured, initially he had a lot of great things going on. You know what I mean?
Who's he captured?
Yeah, he's captured. He allowed the neocons to push everybody out.
And he picked them though. You can't.
Yeah, I know he picked them. I mean, I'm not going to say he didn't
know what they were going to do. And this is his first go around.
He's this is what I mean. Like, you're missing the point. I think, you know what I mean. You're not getting.
I'm missing the point. No, I'm not.
Well, I think you are, because the thing is. Yeah, but listen. I'll tell you, the neocons. He's got some weird type of power fetish. First of all, Trump, right? Can you agree to that?
Both of them do. I absolutely agree to that.
What, Elon you're talking about?
Yes. You don't think Elon has a power fetish?
Maybe so. But Elon's a civilian. You know what I mean? And Trump's like the president. Like, Elon's not government. Nobody elected Elon. You know,
Trump gave him a special position. Why wouldn't he think he's just as powerful as me or you, if not even more powerful?
Well, it's bad PR. It was the PR, and like they attacked Elon. They came down with the like a PR attack with narrative and stuff like that, and they had people burning Teslas and shit. Right?
The shit he was doing was weird.
When that was weird. Like, I don't think it's weird. He was finding fraud.
Conference with this the chainsaw.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, whatever. Malay. I think his name's Yeah, Malay gave him a chainsaw. That's a gift. Why is it weird? Because if I gave you a chainsaw,
for him to be gyrating, and then even did you listen to anything that he said? He said he's living the meme life at that conference.
yeah. But I mean, he's got autism, right?
He's a drug addict too. But
so what? He's a genius.
No,
you can't dispute that. The man's a genius.
Hold on, what makes him a genius?
Just look at everything he's done. You know what I mean? Like he's taken fucking
invented. What has he invented? What has he invented?
It's not about inventing. It's about building. You know what I mean? Like he's a
great businessman, or a genius.
Well, businessman, a genius in the sense that he understands market forces.
Genius would almost indicate that they're inventing something, or they're
he's a noble man looking for higher ambitions for the human race.
He's just a robber baron.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. He's trying to fucking expand. He's trying to expand the human race, like everybody.
What is he doing? What beneficial thing has Elon done for
SpaceX, dude? It's been incredible. Tesla's also been an incredible addition to.
That's not free though. People have to pay for that. What has he done that's benefited the world? Because now you went from
all that stuff is beneficial. I mean, I think you're getting caught up in like a lofty thing, and benefiting the world. Expanding us to be a fucking a multi-planetary species is perhaps maybe the greatest ambition of anybody, man.
Gigi, I'm not knocking a man for being a good business person, but you said he's helping the world.
Yeah, dude.
And the product is not helping the world. If he gave that product,
if we can be on a different planet,
electricity cheaper, then maybe I would dig.
If we could travel to different planets, man, like you know what I mean, and be actually able to live on that.
So you think it's
I think that's amazing.
You think it's cool to go to another planet? No, I'm sorry, not even country, another planet.
Yes, I do. I think it's really cool.
Together and well-rounded. I mean, we got people starving, but yet you would rather try and go to Mars before.
Yeah, I think we got to spread out, man. As the human race got spread out into the solar system.
You know how big this planet is, man.
We got to spread out, man, into the solar system.
How big America?
We got to become. You know what I mean? Like a soul. Like we got to start expanding into the solar system, man. We need places on the moon. We need places on Mars. We need to be living in the clouds of Venus.
Why do you need that so fast when we haven't even gotten this place together yet? That's what I'm saying. Well,
the thing is, we won't get this place together. That's why expanding is the way to go, because it gives us more.
Since we won't get this place together, so
we don't. Like, that's a communist type of thinking. We don't live like that. We can't
clean your own house.
We're not all on board. We're not the Borg. Like people are not all on board with things. So you can't accomplish that stuff.
That's so weird for you to say, bro. That's so weird.
You can't, man. You can't, because there's people who want power. There's sick individuals that want to destroy everything. There's people that believe in ancient texts.
That's exactly what Elon Musk and Trump want to do.
No.
Yes.
No. You're lost in the sauce on that, dude. Like that's not true.
I promise you, I'm not, bro.
No, you don't. Elon does not want war. Elon is completely anti-war.
Just like you said it. He wants the ability to go to other planets before we put this planet together. And Trump just wants to run this planet. I mean, run the planet.
Yeah, Trump's.
But Elon wants to go to another planet.
I don't like
you see what
Trump's
I'm saying?
dealing with empire. I mean, what he's done, he's really isolated America. America has lost all of their allies. What's that?
I said quite quickly, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and it's awful, dude, because like here in Canada, like a lot of people were Trump fans, like big, like they saw Trump as like a. I'm talking previously, like they saw Trump as like you know what I mean, like populism and stuff as a way to break off from the globalists in a direction of freedom. And then Trump came out with
his pockets. That's what. How do y'all miss that part?
Well, the thing is, like
he only cared about himself. He literally sold America out, man.
Well, I mean, how so?
Did you say how so? What about
Yeah,
the meme?
just I want to see where you're
The
going with
meme
your
coin.
narrative. Like, I just want to understand what you're.
Okay, the meme coin itself, right?
Okay.
You heard about that? So
Yeah.
you can just basically give money. A dude who got locked up, his mother went to Mar-a-Lago, gave Trump $1 million. He was out 3 weeks later, pardoned by Trump.
Yeah.
Those scammers. It's like 3 or 4 cases where people that gave Trump money recently went to Mar-a-Lago.
That's
and now
fucked up, man.
Are free. That's
I
how
don't agree with that shit, man.
And that's only been in the first 4 months, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with that shit. You know what I mean? Like we could call that out. We could criticize that. He's thinking about pardoning Diddy too. So I mean,
no, he's not. He just said that, bro.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't. If he does, like, I think that's bad. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Do you think it was bad when he Hart and the Dorseys? You familiar with them? Chrissy
I think I heard about that. What
they were
refresh my
reality
memory of that.
stars. They were reality stars, and they ended up swindling people out of millions and millions of dollars. When he pardoned them, he also forgave all the money that they had to repay to those people who lost the money. You think that was right?
No, that's fucked up, man. But I think maybe.
Like, but he's selling.
Because a regular person can't get that
in real time. And then just put those.
Like, I don't agree with that because like a regular person's gonna do their time and gonna get lost in the system and
now think about what we just talked about, and then realize that he took that $4 million. He's trying to take that $400 million plane from Qatar, known to do some dirt over there in Qatar.
Oh yeah, no, Qatar. I could tell you a lot about Qatar and how deep it goes back because it blends in with what's going on in Canada, dude. That Qatar stuff, and it blends in with Kutcher and blends in with 666. The 666 Broadway, I think it is the address that the Kutcher apartments in New York that he bought and went underwater. And Brookfield Asset Management, Mark Carney, our new prime minister here, came in and secured a fucking something like a $500 million loan or something like that from Qatar, and then as a deal, he's fucking nerfing Canada to not produce LNG. That's why Qatar is the #1 global producer of LNG. You know, Canada could be. You know what I mean? But over the past 10 years,
down a little bit, bro. What is LNG?
Liquid natural gas.
Okay.
Yeah, and liquefied natural gas, and yeah, it's like people are starving here. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if people realize how fucked up Canada is. Like, you know, it's crazy.
Harris had to go back, but you don't want to listen to. But you in Canada, so.
I mean, like, but the thing is, like, Canada was never like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like they keep letting in like third world immigrants, like by the millions. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, there we go. I forgot.
Yeah, but we don't have room for them. We don't have houses for them, jobs. It's not right, dude. We got to look after, you know what I mean, our own first. Like, Canada never had a problem with immigration. We had a really good system, like, you know, like probably like the best in the fucking globe. Like where we brought in so many people every year and allowed integration. Everybody was happy and stuff like that, you know. And nobody's happy with this. Like it's devolved into like just crazy crime and shit like that, man. Like, it's insane.
So you think these immigrants, illegal immigrants? I'm sorry.
Well, they're not illegal. They're brought in by the government. They're not illegal.
I want to be fair and balanced. Undocumented citizens. Where do you think they come from?
They're mostly from India, from the South Asian area. There, mostly
they're getting over here. Planes, trains.
Well, yeah, the government's paying for them, dude. Like, Canada's giving these people because they put in student visas. And then they come over and make asylum claims, and then like
no, you get before you can make asylum claims, you at least got to finish up your student visa, don't you?
Yeah, but that's all bullshit. It's just like India. You know, India is like the scammiest country that there is, right?
I'm saying, hold on. This is what I'm saying. It seems like in Canada that they would do the process before you can claim asylum. At least your visa has to almost be completed. They wouldn't just. let you at the last
You
minute.
know, people are doing people are hitting it right away.
But
But a lot of people have expired. Like, a lot of people are supposed to be gone. Like there's 5 million people right now that have expired and haven't left the country. You know what I mean? Like their visas have expired. They're supposed to leave.
They're just working. You basically saying they just
Yeah, they're working and stuff. And the thing is, like, Canada's, you know, it doesn't have like a lot of people like the way the States is. So
how many people?
You gotta
10 million?
no. Right now there's like, well, there was like 25 million, and they've brought in like something like 10 million fucking people from this like they've just it's too much, you know what I mean? Like it's it's really sad, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I cry for my country, you know what I mean? It's just awful, dude. You know what I mean? It's too much, you know what I mean? Like it's broken. Like there's no place, and it's not fair for those people either. Like it's they've come over on a false promise. A lot of them are getting caught up in the weeds and being broken through like this false promise shit, dude. Like it's just bad for everybody. It's really sad, dude. It's really sad. Like
when you said this kick in, like the last 5 years?
Trudeau, man. You could look at it like Trudeau. We've as a country.
Sure, though. I'm just saying, give me a time frame. What's going on?
2016, about 2015, 2016, to now.
2016.
We haven't grown like Trudeau since then. That's like you could like literally take a look at.
Yeah, I'm not familiar. I'm not trying to question.
We've gone from being like first, as far as like you know, like quality of life back then, and in 10 years we've fallen to being like last place. Like there's people like, I mean, who aren't like, and this is a majority. Like I think 1 in 4 people are going to food banks in Canada right now.
Kind of flooding the system.
Think about that. 1 in 4 people in Canada need to use food banks.
I think that's about the same here, almost in America. But let's get back. Let's get back to America. Man.
But it all.
So this ain't about your country, man. It's about mine.
It all blends though, because it's
I'm messing with you. We neighbors.
It's foreign policy, and the thing is with Elon and shit, and Trump.
But
Trump
I'm saying, do you think you have been going through half of this shit with Harris? No way, man. Especially
yes. No. We wouldn't even be alive right now, dude.
Hold on. DG, just stop for a second.
Harris is an idiot. Like, and nobody...
Come on, man. This ain't RBR. You don't have the floor. You have
no. Go ahead. Say your piece, man. I'm not trying to overrun you.
No, you good. You good. I know that's how you get. That's how we used to do. Cause
yeah. Go ahead.
It was so quick on RBR. But I'm saying, I don't think Harris would have been focused on Canada off the bat. She would have been trying to get America together. That's what I'm saying. Y'all wouldn't be going.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that.
That's what you were saying. Like even that. Right there, man, and that's what, dude. It's just messing up. And for these, for the MAGA folks to be like Elon is a traitor now, when they was really cocking as Johnson, as he was.
Oh no, I agree with that.
Thing, and for them to not even sit back and question, because like I said, when Trump was in his first term, he was saying the same thing. I hire the best people, and then those end up
Michael Bolton
here. And then it would be a problem. Then they weren't good. You know what I'm saying?
Or Bolton, what was his name? John Bolton? Was that it?
I'm saying what you said?
John Bolton, was that the guy? The guy who fucked up the whole North Korea thing?
John Bolton. What was the Secretary of State? Rex Tillerson, I believe.
Tillerson, yeah. It was all bad, dude. He picked the worst people, man.
Man, you're doing this already. This your first 6 months, and then the Signal Gate. What about them? He just ain't getting rid of people. They messed up.
Yeah, no, he's got no spine, dude. He's showing himself to be just weak, man. Weak is what he looks like. He looks weak. Yeah. And it's sad, man. He looks like he looks like a inability to make a decision. Like he can't come down and make a decision. He's just like a doddering old man, you know?
We said this a year ago. We literally said this a year ago. Like he was going to get old. Just like Joe Biden. I said Joe Biden.
I mean, it's not great. Like, you know what I mean? The thing is, if he would have gotten good people around him, and that's the thing. Like if we look at like the first, like let's just say first 60 days was really good. You know, aside from the way he come down on the tariff bullshit's been a complete failure. That was dumb, dude.
That was the start of the fumble.
Yeah. No, I agree.
After that.
Yeah, no, it definitely was the start of the fumble, man. And he just went and attacked everybody all at once, man. Like, it was so dumb, like, globally, to just lash out at all of America's allies all at once and then slash them with this crazy tariff shit and then call them all, like, ripping off like, the shit he was saying wasn't even true. Like, the shit he says about Canada and the subs, none of that's even true, you know? Like, because I mean, people argue with that about me. Oh, we're not paying for Canada. We don't want to pay for. It's like it's not even literally true, man. Like, it's bullshit. You know.
Trump said, "Here we go."
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. No, it's just like the narrative, you know. Like we provide so much cheap fucking oil to the United States, and that's where like it's way below market value, and that's where that fucking the gap comes from.
But I want to say, but literally Harris, the front runner, warned folks about this. I mean, the candidate, the Democratic candidate, she warned folks about this. And nobody took heed. Now we like, oh my God, man. Just because y'all didn't want to whip it. Like, it's biting us in the butt. I didn't think it would be too fast. I thought it was going to be a year into it. I mean, I thought him and Elon was going to make it for at least a year. They was gonna make it through the summer at least.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna dump another. They hate Trump so much globally. This is why he needs a strong team, man.
This is what I'm saying, like, because a lot of people, you know, they used to say Elon Musk is like Tony Stark. Do you remember? You remember the Avengers?
Yeah. No, I think of him like that, man. Yeah, he's like a Tony Stark.
So the first Avengers, Iron Man. I'm gonna get a nerdy like everybody else. We'll do a movie reference. In the first Avengers, Iron Man, when he got to the hovercraft or that big shield vessel, he put in a little device to read all the shield's computers and everything. Why wouldn't Elon Musk, like, if I'm looking up dirt on the government, why I'm gonna look up the dude who I'm looking up dirt for? I'm gonna see if he got any dirt. Because if he try and throw some dirt on me, I got this dirt on him. Why wouldn't he do that? So that's and it gives a little credit to the stuff he was saying, and he had access to a lot of stuff, but we don't know what.
I'll tell you why he didn't is because of the way that the network access is controlled in the government. They compartmentalize it. That's why they talk about their skiffs and all that shit like that. Everything's separated by like it's not even connected to the internet. There's like separate, you know, things. So I mean, like, that's the CIA and stuff like that. They keep a very tight control on access to any of that stuff. Like,
but we don't know how much access he had.
He just had access to USA ID.
I'm saying before they stopped him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't take one time to get in there. Instead of a little virus to send you stuff.
Yeah, but it's not connect, like, you can't get to it because it doesn't have a door. Like, there's no entry point unless you are in the building.
Hold on, Gigi. If you know that, you don't think them nerds know that?
Oh no, they absolutely do know that. Like, it's
I don't know. I'm just going down the rabbit too.
No, it's cool. But the thing is, like, there is dirt that you could get.
You ain't never seen Transformers with that little bug.
Yeah. I mean, I think I don't know. I think Doge and stuff like that. Like, I think it's good to fucking, like, dude, we were giving like billions of dollars to like transgender dance troops and stuff like that, like in weird countries.
I got a clip with Steve Bannon saying Doge didn't find nothing.
No, Steve Bannon is a fucking idiot, man.
To find, I think it was 1 million.
No, he's full of shit. Steve Bannon is real lobby.
$1 trillion. But they barely found like $170 billion so far, and he's been at it since day one. Like, it was just.
I mean, that's pretty good. Like, that's the thing. Like, I mean, it's like I don't understand why they criticize that. You know what I mean? Like they're finding billions of dollars of fraud and abuse, and people are like, "Oh, you said you were going to find this much. Like why not be happy that they're finding this fraud and abuse? Like I don't know. I don't get.
Fine, Gigi, $137 billion out of. You know how much our national debt is? $28 trillion.
Yeah, but it's something, you know what I mean? And that's just in a couple of days.
Piss in the wind. It's like a piss in the wind. It's nothing.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, why? So what? They should just give up and crash their economy?
If you're telling people that you're going to find trillions of dollars, or at least $2 trillion, or I think it's $2 trillion. I can't remember.
He didn't give a timeline though. That's what I mean. People are like, oh, you didn't find trillions of dollars in 30 days.
You know what? He didn't go after the fattest thing. He didn't go after the military defense or the defense budget.
Yeah, that's the problem. And that's where the fucking rift started.
Gigi, they didn't even look at it, bro.
No, I agree. But the thing is, I'm sure he wanted to.
They have passed an audit. Never.
No, I agree, and I think that's
didn't even look at
the
that
problem,
shit.
dude. And like for Trump, like that's the thing. And Trump, for him to fucking give them $1 trillion budget, man. Like,
they DJ music. They like the National Lampoon's version of Enemy.
Yeah, it absolutely. And the thing is, like that would have been like the first slap in the face to Elon, because you look at like the personal, problems he's brought on himself to try to like do this. Project of Doge, which he believes in. He really believes that this is, for the benefit of everybody.
It wasn't like he was at the computer doing it himself. He had his own band doing it. He was just, running the shit. So he was spending time doing that. He had his boys do it, and they would just give him updates. And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it's fine though. That's how you do it. You manage people.
That's naked gun. The naked gun.
Like people gotta, you know what I mean? Like that's bringing people together. You know what I mean? Bringing those skills together to fucking, and like that was all good stuff. Like and that was.
What was
that was the good feelings, man. That was like, like we're changing the country.
You see how. I don't know how you got in the car. You in Canada. You just said that the man was hurting Canada, but then you said he was trying to do good. Man, come on, man.
Well, Elon isn't hurting Canada.
Trump backed Elon. He said he had his full backing, bro.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about like what Trump did to Canada was we were having an election. He completely destroyed our election.
He didn't care about the Trump. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody was mad about that. You know what I mean? Because like he can as far as foreign influence goes, man. Like you could not this. Like the whole main issue was Trump in this election. It was stupid, dude.
What do you mean it was stupid? He was a threat to as we see, he was a threat to not even just our country, but to yours and the world now, bro.
Cardi's his buddy, business partner.
Hindsight is 2020. As we can see now, that he was that threat to not only my country, but to yours and maybe the world. Literally, Gigi, in 6 months, you saying he's not good for your country, and he's making all the moves. He's got the House and the Senate.
Well, he's not good for the world the way he's acting, but he's got bad advisors, dude. He shouldn't be
what bad advisors do we have? Is Pete has a bad advisor? What about Pam Bondi? Dan Bondi? Like all these. Hold on, Gigi. This is the crazy part. All these people that are his advisors have been sucking up to him. They treat him like he's God, John Wayne, and Jesus.
They're sycophants. I know they're sycophants. I don't agree with it, dude.
But I'm saying, so how could they be bad? They do whatever he says.
I find it so weird, man.
I don't understand it. How could he be picking bad cabinet people if they are sycophants, if they do whatever he says?
I don't know, man. Maybe they got no spine. Maybe that they're on a different agenda. I'm not sure, dude. It's they failed. They're utterly a failure, though.
As my teacher would say. Don't say that.
I mean, Pam Bondi's failed with the Epstein stuff, dude.
Huh?
The Epstein stuff, she was supposed to release it. She's been like slow fucking rolling. And it's just been a letdown.
Do you hear what Elon said about that? That's what I'm saying. This war is just mental.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. It is. It absolutely is.
But I'm saying, Musk said that Trump didn't release it because he in it.
and he is, because he flew on the plane.
They're being so petty, man.
And everybody knows that. That's what I mean. That's why I don't understand why Bannon's coming out
I hope Angry. Hold on a second. I hope Angry Man is watching this. I made a video like white people are just as destructive. It's this content creator. I did a little.
I know who you mean, dude. I know who. Yeah, your guy. You kind of follow around that.
Man can't work together with black man because simply we don't want to see each other grow. Well, white men do the same thing, Angry Man. I hope somebody clip this and send it to white men do the same thing. They're going at it. Unfortunately, they affected the whole world. We just affect each other.
I don't know, man. We're so integrated, man. I don't think that, like, I don't like the whole separate narrative, man. Like, I don't like that shit.
Come on. First of all, do you think that the country or even the Congress would allow a Barack Obama to just have somebody as his advisor making decisions about anything that goes along with our government?
I mean, Barack Obama is the most powerful man.
No, I'm saying, but he still wouldn't have been able to do that.
No, man, Barack Obama was so powerful, dude. You know, he's still in the game.
Oh no, he wouldn't have been able to get an advisor that helped him win his election. He wouldn't be able to hire George Soros to work in China.
He works alongside Soros.
I'm saying, like, say George Soros bought Twitter or something like that and helped Obama get elected. He wouldn't then be able to have George Soros work for the government. It would be a conniption for even Democrats would flip out on him. But Trump is allowed to do that, man.
I think the thing is, the news wouldn't report it because there's lots of cases like that. Though.
You do too, but I mean, you know, so I understand your little hesitation a little bit, but it's
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, what I don't see what the problem is, because like because he owns.
Do you think any other than a white man would have been allowed with 34 felonies to get elected as president of the United States?
Absolutely, because they're bullshit. They're bullshit felonies.
You think a woman would have been allowed to do that?
Yeah, I think the felonies were all bullshit, and everybody knew it.
Clinton.
Like first of all, like, you know, like the Clintons were the dirtiest. Yeah, like they're dirty, man. Like they're all dirty, dude.
Man,
Obama's. Do you ever look into Obama, dude? See how bad he really is?
Man, you know what? Even if the Obamas have dirt on them, you'll never catch them. That's how good they are.
Oh no, absolutely. He's actually
like what case?
He's a slippery guy, man. He
just know how to hustle, and you got to think about it like this, Gigi. He is a novelty. He is the first non-white president of the most powerful country in the world. People are just gravitate and want to talk to him and pay him outrageous things just to be around him. So
nobody focused on his race, though.
Yes, they are, Gigi.
Well, I mean, maybe black people did, you know, because like they saw like representation, but white people saw meritocracy, like that he was competent. You know what I mean? My dad loved Obama. You know.
You didn't think that he would be.
What?
That was the scary part, that a lot of people didn't think that he would be. And the fact that he had to go above and beyond to prove that he was, and still kind of always had to do it. And you can tell by the way he would talk how he almost had to think about almost every word he said. And
as far as a public speaker goes, Obama was maybe the best public speaker that we've had as a president ever.
Yeah.
Like the guy was a
I would
genius.
say, him and Kennedy.
Smooth, man. Smooth. Scary smooth.
What you mean scary smooth? That's
the way he'd lay stuff out, man.
That's what we are.
He brought us to all these wars, but the way he laid it out was just
What
so
wars
smooth.
did he bring us to? Wait a minute, Gigi. What wars did he bring us to?
Well, I mean, we were already caught up in like a lot of stuff, but I mean, like, you know, but he continued it. You know what I mean? And like the stuff with Gaddafi in Libya was under Obama's State Department, Hillary Clinton's fucking Project Newland.
What you say?
Like Gaddafi, Libya, like the destruction of Libya, and Obama was just as much Israel, fucking pro-Israel. You know, even though
I won't say he wasn't in the system. It's like every other president is. But Trump is in that system now too.
He's worse. He's worse with the Israel stuff. I don't know why he's so bad with it, man. Because that's what breaks the world, man. To let those people rule. Like,
young man, it's all about money. It's all about money and access to him. And like he's using his access to make money. And I don't know why people are so like shocked that he's doing it, because that's what he's done all his life. Like you see it, like how he almost sells his name to put on.
Yeah, he does sell his name.
And I'm not knocking.
I'm disappointed. I'm not going to fucking say I'm not, you know, but I do believe that Kamala would have brought us to disaster.
I'm knocking Donald Trump for doing that in the business. But when it comes to politics and governing our country, you can't think about yourself. You have to think about like almost the lowest common denominator and almost try and help them as much as you help people who got
no one left behind, man. No one left behind.
But he like truck oil. I'm trying not to, but truck oil. That's what he like.
I mean, I'm not happy with what he's doing, man. Like, and I think, but the thing is, like, I think he's just got bad advisors. I think a lot of the stuff isn't him. I think he's being led astray.
But how doesn't he know how to run the country by now? How isn't he telling these people what to do instead of the people telling him?
I'm not sure. I honestly, that's the one thing I've been trying to figure out, man. Something happened.
Why do you think that's happening? Why do you think he's not telling these people what to do?
I don't know, man. Like, and that's the scary thing. The scary thing is, how did Lindsey Graham end up in Ukraine and feel confident enough to talk on foreign policy when he's a senator? What?
He's always talking foreign policy. He's always talking on foreign policy.
A senator can't undermine the president to go to a country.
Why not? They do it all the time.
That's against the Logan Act.
And said president.
That's a violation of the Logan Act.
Wait, hold on. You talking about a senator and the said party, like a Republican senator shouldn't be talking about a Republican president?
He's not on the same page. Like, he went and sabotaged. Like, he sabotaged Trump's whole narrative with the whole peace thing, even though Trump was fucking that up. But still, Lindsey Graham went and sabotaged it.
How so? How did he sabotage?
Well, he went over there and he fucking made a press conference, and he said that just because Trump doesn't support Zelensky and Ukraine doesn't mean that we have he said there's three branches of government in the United States, and just because Trump doesn't support this war doesn't mean that we don't support the war in Congress and the Senate and the judiciary or something like that.
But he's right. They're allowed to do that.
They can't go over. That's a violation of the Logan Act.
How is that a violation of supporting?
It's an absolute. You can't undermine the president's policy. The president dictates foreign policy.
Hold on a second. What policy?
Foreign policy. Any foreign policy that deals with another nation.
We have that Lindsey violated.
He violated it by sabotaging the peace agreement in Istanbul.
Did Trump enact, which was none. That's what I'm trying to get to. But what policy didn't he enact? He has no policy that Lindsey violated. That's what I'm trying to say.
He absolutely did, because
what policy was it?
Peace, and Lindsey Graham's preaching war.
That's not a policy.
It is though. It is. That's a direction. If the government's on that.
Remember Trump? That's a concept. It's not a policy.
No, but that's a violation of the Logan Act.
Policies, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't have your subordinates, like the people who are supposed to be, well, not subordinates, but maybe like
exactly
they're not supposed to be over there doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Like
they absolutely have the First Amendment.
No.
Oh my God.
No, that's not.
If they were breaking, if they were defying a policy,
like treason, though. You know what I mean? That's like treason, dude.
How? What policy? You still haven't stated the policy that we can look at.
If the country doesn't want war, and Lindsey Graham is over there trying to foment nuclear, like if he's trying to make a nuclear war in Ukraine and Russia and get these people fighting.
Wait a minute.
I think that's a complete violation of the Logan Act, and he needs to be thrown in jail. Honestly,
you said he violated the Logan Act. Right?
Yeah.
How did he violate the Logan Act again?
Because you can't undermine the president's foreign policy or something like that.
Well, okay, good. What policy did he violate? Can you tell
Trump's
me?
been trying to initiate peace dialogue.
GG, come on, man. This is where we get lost in the sauce. What policy did Lindsay violate?
Peace, dude.
Peace is not a policy.
Yes, it is a policy. It's absolutely a policy.
Okay, so where can I look it up that Trump signed a peace policy for you? Right?
You don't sign a peace policy. It's your direction of your government's ideology. No, that's absolutely a policy. That's if the executive.
Saying, I mean, it might be different in Canada, but in
America, no, this is how it works in America.
It's not a policy. Like a policy is something I can look at that's enacted in the law because Congress has.
Okay, well, I think you're getting lost in what it's not like a policy doesn't have to be this document
so
thing like what you're saying.
It's something that he wants to achieve.
Well, I mean, okay, like let's say semantics, you know what I mean? But like if
you said policy though, so that's different. Like,
it is. I mean, the thing is, I would call it a policy.
Orders on Ukraine or Russia yet, did he?
What would you call it if your government executive, like the leader of your country, wants peace and people are trying to undermine that in the wings?
I would call it a concept. Unless he signs some type of, unless he gets Congress to make some type of law that he signs into effect, I would just call it a concept or a wish or a project, something like that. I wouldn't call it a law or a policy of any sort.
You think like all of that effort to try to talk to Russia and Putin and to bring a ceasefire in Ukraine, you think that's not a direction of the government?
GG, he hasn't done any of that. He's barely.
Well, he has. He's initiated dialogue with Putin.
See, I let you get it off, man. Come on.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just saying you're mistaken. So
yeah, of course I always. You're right. But I'm saying he's talked down to Zelensky when he talked to Zelensky over here in Russia. He kowtows to Putin, and I can show you that. He just literally said he doesn't like what Putin's doing, but he didn't say anything about it. He said, "I just don't like it." But what did he say? What don't do about it?
But the thing is, Putin's in the right, man. Putin's been very pragmatic. Like he's the only reason that we're not a smoking fucking crater right now.
This is what I'm saying. Trump put more trust into Putin than he did Zelensky, and it's
but Zelensky's a terrorist and he's a Nazi too.
But so is Putin. But
no,
you go
Putin's
when
not.
that's going to work with you, and Putin's not working with it. At least
Americans don't understand Russia, dude. Like it's not Putin isn't the villain that you think.
No, rewind that. What did you just say about Russia? What can Americans do about
Putin?
Putin
is like a lawyer. He does everything through law. Like
what
it's not.
Did you just say about Americans in Russia?
They don't. They have a Russophobia. There's a Russophobia, and it stems from the neocons in the 90s, basically in the Cold War.
Political opponents, literally, bro. It ain't a Russophobia. We just. I feel bad for people.
What do you mean? No, I don't.
Biggest oligarch. I don't feel bad for him. I think he should get rid of his power. He shouldn't be giving all that money he got and he ain't giving it to his people. That's a shame, bro.
Their way. Russia's like doing really good, man. Like, and the thing is, like, the people, their quality of life is like super improved and stuff like that. It's not what you think. It's very clean. It's very beautiful there.
What?
You know what I mean?
Oh man, GG, you tripping?
No, I'm not tripping, dude. Like, I think you know.
You go.
Like, we have a real broken view.
A real debate, man.
That's why they ban. That's why they ban Russian media and stuff like that, because we're not allowed to see what's the real goings on in Russia, dude.
We got TikTok. That ain't banned, and I never see anything. Don't.
Well. I mean, I'm sorry you don't believe it. You know what I mean?
No,
but
I'm just saying, like, I never see any like Russia. Like, I don't ever see anything about Russia on there. So why would that's a Chinese-owned company? I could understand Facebook, but no, I don't see.
I mean, everything's banned though. Like through the sanctions, everything's banned.
Okay.
Like, we can't do business. There's no American companies able to do business inside or with Russia.
He kicked them all out.
No, he did not kick them all out. We made sanctions. We did it.
What you mean we did it? Canada and America did it?
No, like America created the sanctions.
You always want to stop trying to be down with us, Gigi. You our neighbor. You don't live in our house, though, bro.
I'm American, dude. Come on, stop it.
No, you Canada, man.
Well, I live in Canada, but I mean, I'm American, dude.
Canada too.
What?
We're near the border. You probably in the upper regions, Quebec and
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm close to the border. I'm like a half hour away from the border.
From the American border.
From Maine, northern Maine, yeah.
I don't believe.
And the thing is, like, I live with all the Indians, and like all the Indians are all steel workers and stuff like that from the States and stuff. Like you wouldn't believe around here, like, people got heavy New England accents and stuff, dude.
You said Indian people are steel workers?
Yeah, a lot of them are steel workers, dude. Like they're
Americans, but you're saying Indian people.
They work in the States, like they're not India, like natives. You know what I mean? Like
why don't you call them Native Americans instead of Indians?
Well, they call themselves. I you know what I mean? I live with them. I work with them. Like, we all just say Indians, dude.
Really? They still call themselves Indians?
Yeah, like that's what they like it. Like that's what they call themselves. You know what I mean? That's what they're into. You know, they they don't trip on that shit. Like fuck, tomorrow I gotta go to Elsipogtok. It's a pretty big reserve, man. There's like it's like a 15,000 people live there. It's almost like a little fucking city.
Casinos are...
Yeah, it's casinos. It's everything, dude. Everything.
Are they sustaining okay off of casinos, would you say?
Oh, they're fucking banking it, dude. They're banking it, man. Like right now, like all the natives. Yeah.
It's a reservation make money, not just certain people in the reservation.
No, I mean, like around here, certain reservations are really good at like doing projects and then sharing the money with their people, but not all of them. Like, everyone's run differently, like as a separate nation. But
right. I'm talking about this one in particular.
Yeah, this one in particular, they've got a real good chief. Like, he's a real good guy. He cares about everybody. He takes like the benefits from all stuff like that and gives everybody like a check. Everybody gets like a $15,000 check like every year, like from like the, you know, like whatever like the benefits are of the projects and stuff like that they're working on.
I bet they're making how much do you think they're making a year off the casino?
Oh, millions, billions, or something. I don't know, man.
1,000 people.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's not just it. The thing is, like, they spread it out to the internet where they give like license to like online casinos and stuff like that. So they're making money off like internet shit. You know, like like we're.
Oh, yeah. So the casino really isn't big and booming. It's more
yeah, like, I mean, the local people don't really, you know, like, I mean, they screw with the casino a little bit, but they're not like, you know what I mean? It's not like that's where the money is. You know, the money is like with the off reserve, like, you know, like the fucking non-native people who gamble.
Okay. Hello, Miss Queen. How are you?
Hello.
I'm good. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we hear you.
We can hear you. We're going to deal with it.
Right on. Y'all are killing me, man. This is just painful. Good Lord.
It's a little bit of an echo, but we gonna listen.
So, a lot of this stuff, in my opinion, is going on. And I've been very loud about it down in the chat.
Okay, it might be a little hard to listen, Karen.
No, share your stuff. I want to take a back seat and just listen for a bit, man.
Okay, so we've been talking for a little bit about, on a couple of different platforms, about this Palantir Gotham AI thing, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is a whole military, I guess, design AI. Not that dissimilar from some of the stuff that they've been using to operate the drones and things of that nature, right?
Right.
And what they've been talking about for a good number of years is basically trying to do away with the fiat, do this whole Nisara Gasara thing to, create a lot of peace and all of this stuff with this reset thing that's going on. We're seeing it play out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're seeing the AI moratorium that they've got that they wanted to set up for 10 years that is in the process of being passed through the Senate, if I'm not mistaken. And what that is that AI will be able to run different systems all the way from different government programs, from Social Security, from housing, from food benefits to healthcare to, I guess, the different tech platforms to schools to the healthcare. I think I said that already.
Is it AGI?
What's that?
Is it AGI?
I think that was one of the things. There's like multiple different acronyms in here, from Titan, which is one different section of this Palantir thing, all the way to USOC, which is a whole nother branch. They're basically these different AI systems that they've got created to help determine strategy out in the field from a military applications perspective. Now, anybody that goes and listens to this in the replay, look it up, look into who, is tied to it, because you're going to find the same handfuls of people that have their same fingers in all these different pots, from the BlackRock and the Vanguard to Google to Oracle to, all of these chat GPTs, all of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, what they're looking at is through the last probably 10 years, they've been developing and slow walking these different AI systems. Now, I promise all of this has, context into what the topic of the show is. I'm just going to kind of run with a little bit of the background to fill people in if they haven't already read something about it. But if you haven't, look it up. The applications that are a little bit concerning when it pertains to the AI moratorium that they've got, which is basically a hold. If you remember the housing moratorium that they had during COVID, it kept things kind of at a holding pattern. Now, they've been working out how they wanted to roll out this Real ID thing, and that's on a nationwide scale. And that's been another thing that's come up here recently. People had X amount of time to opt in or not to getting their Real IDs. And part of that was the ability to link your Social Security card, all of your critical documents, all onto one foremost representation. Now, what's problematic with that is that the people that don't want to participate in that, it's not mandatory. You don't, have to have this thing to be able to continue driving. You don't need it. You don't need it to travel anywhere within the continental U.S. Now, the issue is that there are already states that are putting laws in place prior to all of this stuff that's happening today. They started that around this time last year in many of these different states, from having these deadlines roll out. And the problem with that is that all of this stuff is happening now. All of this stuff is happening while everybody is being distracted by all of this other stuff that's going on. This is what's being passed and voted on while everybody else is distracted. Now, the moratorium, what that has, as far as this goes, is they've already got glitches in some of these states with people not being able to get, their driver's licenses renewed, not being able to get their Social Security cards updated or whatever it might be. And they're getting flagged in these systems. And the AI that is in place now in many of these different states has thousands of people basically traveling on suspended licenses or, flagged because their documents don't match up for whatever reason. The addresses are wrong. They went from a maiden name to a married name. They got divorced, whatever. And they're flagged in the system. And I'm using this as an example because they could be held up for the next 10 years. Let that sink in. If there are seniors that are out here that are trying to, ensure that they've got all of their, boxes checked to be able to get their disability checks, whatever it is, whether they've got bank accounts, whether they go in and they get it put on a card, whether they get cash into their accounts, whatever it be, they've been also encouraged before this big, beautiful bill was coming out to digitize their accounts. In other words, to create a digital access account, same as, the different food stamp benefits, your health care, everything is being digitized. That's part of all of this stuff. That's the reset. The reset is watching the old system basically go out the door, the same as when they started putting everything on computers and they stopped hand putting all the information in. They stopped, rolling out with paperwork. Do
you think that's why they're pushing for war?
I think that's part of the distraction they have to get all of this stuff going, right? You've got all of these people that are going to be pissed when they don't have access to their stuff. They're going to be locked out of, their money. They're going to be locked out of access to their stuff. It's very surprising to me that there's even U.S. nationals still over in that area unless they're there to do whatever it is they're there to do. They just had articles out the other day that I was reading about telling people to have preparations in place that were over there to be ready because there could be a very aggressive response.
It's happening tonight, though. There's been a very aggressive response tonight.
And that's part of the whole other thing, right? Like, what was it? What's been the little motto lately? Promises made, promises kept.
Mm-hmm.
Show me a politician that has come through with every single promise they've ever given during their campaign and they've actually been able to follow all the way through with. None of them. Not one. I don't care who it is. Con, if you got 2 cents to throw in on that, let me know.
No,
I know some of them have done pretty well with some of their campaign promises.
Like even with Obama and healthcare, we said we was gonna get it for free, but just how it said, how he stated, how it started off, it changed. So I don't know, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I don't know anybody.
Campaigning's tough though because like the other guy's promising stuff he's not going to deliver, so it's hard, man. Because a lot of people aren't very well versed in political, dealings, and they're just, basically getting a surface view of the candidate. So that's why I think it's the nature of the system, and it's sad that's how it is, that they promise this stuff, but how do we get rid of it?
Well, that's the hard part because, ideally, it would be us, the people, not elected officials, that would be determining how our money is spent in our states, in our districts, in our counties, in our communities, and not having one person that has to go on a mob rule that turns around and has, Joe Blow, the, co-op to the electric company say, oh, well, we'll fund your campaign X, $1 million if you pass this, increase hike, this energy hike for us going forward, because whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
What a lot of we're seeing.
Buying access or whatever is what
Right. And then, now granted, they had things in place, 20 years ago where super PACs were kind of outlawed, right? Like they had a big no-no, lobbyists. Before that, it was lobbyists, right? When Con and I were kids, there was the big push of big tobacco having all of these lobbyists in Congress, right?
Right.
Getting all this money, funneling all this money through the government to be able to push cigarettes on everybody, right? Like there wasn't
advertisements and all that.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a store, building, whatever that you couldn't go into when we were kids that people were smoking in, right? And, all of these years later, it's not that much different. You've got companies that are different that seemingly are not the same companies, but now you've got tech companies that are investing. You've got the WHO that invests. You've got the CDC that invests. You've got Google and YouTube and the DNC and the RNC and, Walmart and the owners of Target. You've got all of these major companies that are subsidiary, smaller tentacles, if you will, similar to how you were saying about Elon and what has Elon done. What he does is exactly what he is kind of doing now, right? Elon buys up companies the same way real estate tycoons did. They would build up and break down. You've got all of these other businessmen that's one of the things that they do. They buy these smaller companies, they piece them out, they rebrand it, reship it, and then make billions off of that, right?
The private equity, like BlackRock and Brookfield.
Exactly
and all those
the same. It's exactly the same process. We are watching all of these different systems, or let's say shells, because I always think about
parasitic, isn't it? Don't you find it parasitic though?
Well, I think it is, but I always think of it as the 3-card Monty hustle, right? Like, look for the queen, look for the queen, look for the queen, but don't pay attention to this hand over here, right? They get you in with the promises, and then they rake you for billions. I mean, we're 100 plus years into, now basically always being forced to work in debt slavery. They keep that bar right at that threshold for everybody. And they know that it works because as long as you are not too uncomfortable, you will continue participating in it.
Keep you just poor enough that you have no power, but you have ambition to keep showing up for that job every day. And
and also just poor enough that you have to.
Exactly.
They dangle the carrots on the stick in front of everybody. They tell everybody, oh, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you this. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. You're going to love what we're going to do. It's going to be awesome. And then what do you get? You get, grocery prices are still horrendous. The gas is coming down a little bit, but, it takes on average about 3 to 4 years for the corporations to start putting in the moves that the prior administration put in place. People forget. They always think how it directly affects them, right? When we were going through, the whole thing with Saddam Hussein, and, we were at wartime with our President Bush, and, you go in...
Gulf War? The Bush
second.
Senior?
The second.
Okay. Yeah. After 9/11.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, towards the end of that was when all of the shit hit the fan with the housing market, basically all of the different gas crises and oil crises that happened. And, at some point we ended up with $4 to $6 a gallon for gas. right? And that was a handful of years prior to the collapse, to the housing market collapse. So all of these things happen in a certain order, and people see some of the things play out in real time.
Now,
But a lot of it is distraction.
It's got to be by design, right?
It is by design.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same design that keeps us, you know, having to work consistently and being stuck in these, you know, castes where, you know, you're not a billionaire, but you're not, you know, panhandling on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Right? As soon as you get to a point where you're making enough that you're not going to be eating peanut butter and jelly and ramen every day, right? They bump those taxes up a little bit more. So you're really not making any headway. You're treading water perpetually. And just like they did back in the Roman times, you know, to keep the people from rioting and trying to murder Caesar, right? Caesar would throw the gladiator shows, right? Feed them bread and give them sports and keep them distracted.
Yeah, we have
you
that.
know, and
we have that.
And it's crazy, right? Like you don't understand what happens when thousands of these seniors could be, you know, kicked off of these programs just because they are not tech compliant or there's a glitch in the system and they can't fix it because there's a hold on it for 10 years. Think about what happens to this country if you have, let's say, 60 million seniors that all of a sudden have no benefit.
Right. No, I think you're going to see that play out in Canada very soon.
I mean, it's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Right? Like we were saying for years, the Republicans here have been saying for years, they wanted to get rid of all of these, you know, Social Security benefits. Cut them down, get rid of them. And, you know, they're even now saying, oh, you know, all of this stuff in this bill is abhorrent, blah, 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 blah. You know, we were looking to cut 9 point something trillion for whatever that were quote unquote liberal leaning. You know, that's neither here nor there, honestly. It really is. It could be just pure fabricated bullshit for all we know.
I think it's got to do with the 5-year bond yield. Because what's happening is that's increasing at an alarming rate where we're not going to be able to pay it back. And if that defaults, we're going to literally see things change overnight. Like it's going to be bad when all of the countries around the world pull out of the US dollar.
It could be.
That's what's on the horizon. That's why they're so scared and they're not sharing that with the public. And that's why Elon Musk is so crazy about this like savings thing. It's all got to do with the 5-year bond yield and the interest, because China, Japan, and some countries like that hold so much Saudi Arabia, for instance, they hold so much.
You talking about BRICS?
No, not BRICS in particular. Just countries like from U.S. like because the U.S. dollar is the trading dollar for oil and all that shit globally, and so all these countries hold U.S. dollar, and if they see that it's basically going worthless because Trump's sort of trying to devalue the currency a little bit so that paying that back isn't as much of like a painful experience, but like that's in a way that's not good because people are seeing that their investment is worthless, so that's what's going to cause them to pull out.
Yeah, so that's not a good thing, though.
No, it's not.
No, and I mean, you do have a point because our country is England, it is Japan, we owe China, we owe so many of these countries money, like billions and billions and trillions of dollars across the board. And all of these are, you know, old loans, basically, because that's all it is. It's a loan.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when it comes to all of these different countries that we are just shuffling this money around with, what we don't see and what we really don't have a say in, unfortunately, is what we've allowed. And it's just that simple. We've allowed these elected officials to dole out all of this money to all these different programs. Now, you know, on some hands, yes, it does help us. It does, because I don't know, right? It helps the mom and pop shops that are over here so that they're able to trade with us and the products that we get are cheaper. It builds up businesses there. It strengthens ties. The money goes back and forth easier. It creates a more consistent flow, but we don't see it, right? They're throwing all this crap out there telling us it's for, you know, Sesame Street here and this over here and this over here.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we have literally thousands and thousands and thousands of people in this country that are losing their homes, they're losing property, they're losing their lives, and nobody's paying attention to it. I said it earlier. There were 251 severe weather events tonight in this country throughout the day and tonight.
What events?
Weather events.
Okay.
Severe weather. There's flooding in multiple states.
Okay.
Con had a bunch of crappy weather down there last night. They had some flooding in there tonight. There were potential tornadoes all the way up into New York, up near the Great Lakes, which, if you have not really paid attention, that's a little bit bizarre, even for this time of year.
There's those Canadian forest fires, too, with all the smoke coming into the West Coast and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You know, all of the things that are actually happening are never going to make the news. All the stuff that we live with and see in our community doesn't make the news. It's all the garbage and it's distraction.
Oh, you're talking about Mockingbird, the fucking narrative push.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. You know, and we're still out here, you know, seeing these elected officials running around just grinning, looking happy, you know, patting each other on the back over the great job that they're doing. And we're missing the fact that, you know, people are being displaced every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's still happening, right? The Black Lives Vanguard thing was bad enough during COVID, and it's still happening.
Yeah, it's like a wealth transfer. They keep transferring the land, the money from the people into the like literally like the oligarchs.
It gets going right back to these big corporations.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole fact of, you know, we kept talking about the World Economic Forum. We kept talking about, you know, this giant reset. Every time there was one of these, you know, major resets in civilization, there's always a huge shift. Whether it's wars, whether it's, you know, global pandemics, whether it's, you know,
and AI is probably going to be this one, huh?
I mean, it's going to have to be, because, you know, they can't move this stuff forward in the way that they want. They can't, you know, create the technology state that they want without people having to be compliant to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Elon was saying years ago he was a big supporter of China's state that they have over there with all of their tech surveillance stuff. You know, that was one of the things that they were pushing all through COVID was, you know, the facial recognition stuff and, you know, this, that, and the third. And then we started seeing all of these people, you know, employee-free Amazon stores where you walk in with your card with its little chip reader in. You go, you pick up your stuff. It pings off of whatever you've got, and you walk out with it, and it charges your account. That's what they're looking at. They're looking at now employing an Amazon bot instead of people to be able to deliver
People
packages.
so much though. Like, why do you think they hate people so much? Like, they want to get rid of people.
Because we don't serve them well enough. We don't comply. We are stubborn. We don't want to abide by this, regime. We
It's
don't
an
want to abide by
evil
any
outlook.
regime.
It's anti-human. Like, it's awful. Like,
I really don't understand how people aren't more pissed about the fact that all of the presidents have allowed for harmful chemicals in our food, harmful chemicals in our water, radioactive bomb testing in our soil. They've enabled in every fashion and every way for us to be either dependent upon the system or dependent upon the hospitals and pharma.
Yeah, they want to dumb everybody down and make everybody sick.
And it's happening. It's happening in real time. I was just talking with my friend about this yesterday, about the fact that, they've been poisoning us in the sky since they first figured out how to create fireworks. And I give you 10 guesses about how long they've been doing that. They've been doing that since before Jesus. We're talking about over 2,000 years. Modern fireworks have been around for almost 200 years. The same exact stuff.
Like cloud seeding, weather manipulation, and stuff.
The stuff that is in fireworks that they use in fireworks to create the colors is the same stuff that they put up in the sky for the cloud seeding and the geoengineering. It is actually 9 different states in this country, not just this country, but multiple countries. Saudi Arabia has a lock on being able to make it, grassy in the desert and snow in the desert. Right? That was part of some of the griping that people were having with the Ukraine thing, was that Zelensky built a ski resort.
When people play God, it's never good.
Well, 9 of the states in this country do it for agricultural purposes, but it still affects all the other states.
Yeah, like they'll have less rainfall or something.
Well, there are certain chemicals that they use to produce rain, and there are certain chemicals that they use to create, to dry up the clouds. Right? All of it works together. And some of those same chemicals that they use are the same chemicals that they were using when they started creating colored fireworks. It's the same stuff. It's chromium, it's cadmium, it's magnesium, phosphorus, some of the stuff that exists already. And if you think about the compounds and how long that's been compounding into our oceans, our lakes, our rivers, right? Then you add in industrial waste, you add in the chemicals from farming and agriculture and military and the automotive industry, the trucking and shipping industry.
An alien society must look at us and think like we're suicidal or something, like from like the things that we do. Like,
oh my god. But Joe, I was I'm falling asleep, y'all.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. We're off in the weeds.
No, not like that. I usually be asleep. I took a day off, and then that's why.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come back in the morning.
Hell yeah. I gotta work soon anyway. I gotta drive to that reserve there and stuff. So I gotta fucking split. Anyways, I can't really.
GG, I want to thank you for being a man of your word and coming on this time. Last time you played me. No, I'm messing with you, man. I appreciate you coming up, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, anytime you want to come up, man, and give me your crazy Canadian conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
No, I'm just, I'm messing with you.
No, for real, man, for real. I mean, I follow foreign policy and like the war. Like I really follow this stuff hard, man. Like, you know what I mean? And like, so I do like talking about it because
Yeah, you know what though, Gigi, I will say on today's conversation, I learned a new side about you. I didn't know you cared so much about Canada so much, but I really felt.
Well, I care about I care about all like Canada and America.
No, I'm
like
just
I
saying
grew
you
up
care
in
about
both
the
countries.
nation.
Like,
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? You showed a different side of you, Gigi. Good thing, man. It's a good thing. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Queen, as always. Appreciate you coming up as well. You guys got any final thoughts before we step on up out of here?
I just thought it was a good conversation. I think we covered a lot. We calmed it down towards the end, started talking about some, you know, stuff that went past, you know, AI and into, you know, into maybe like not really conspiracy because this is all true, but just
different thoughts, different perspectives.
Different thoughts, different perspectives.
Yeah. I always welcome that, man. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I've heard some crazy things during my life you wouldn't believe.
I mean, what do they say? Truth is stranger than fiction, right?
Definitely as always.
Let me ask you one. If you look hard enough, the truth is out there. It's a matter of digging down the right rabbit hole.
You're absolutely right.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, have a good night, guys. I'm gonna check out.
Be safe.
Cheers.
All right, appreciate you. All right, Queen, be safe.
You too.
All right. All right, y'all. All right. Always fine, guys. Bang. Up at the last minute. What's going on, man? I want to thank everybody for just on this live. It was just a prop to, like I said, we were off tomorrow, so might as well do a little something. But we're going to come back a little bit later on today because today is the 6th. So, yeah, we're going to come back a little later on today. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Appreciate everybody for coming through as always. And we have reached like, what? I think we're doing pretty good on the subscribers. I think we over 3,540. Thank y'all so much for the likes, the subscriptions, the shares, you know what I'm saying? The restreams, a couple folks been letting me restream while I'm on their stream. I appreciate that as well, man. Thank you. All right, yeah, let me get up out of here. Y'all have a great night. All right, y'all be safe. And remember, this is your moron with the conscious, a.k.a. conscious moron. And without you, there would be no moron. Y'all be safe. Hurry up and in this thing. I'm nervous now.